Yesterday, there were a multitude of reports, videos, articles, all about these Avengers Endgame official merchandise items and how they spoil a ton of different things for the movie. Alas, all of these reports were the clickbaity bullcrap that we're used to, so I want to go through the actual report and tell you what it actually means. Stay up to date about the nerdy things you care about. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. You made it through another week. Congratulations to you. I'm, of course, Josh. This is the Den of Nerds. And guys, I know I saw some people talking about this in the comment section, and I'm just bad at certain things. But if you're one of the early watchers, one of the subscribers, one of the hardcore Den of Nerds people, you should like this video. I mean, it's a stupid little thing, but it does actually help us out. Now, before we get into raging out about all of these crappy YouTube channels and actually talking about what was in the merchandise leaks from yesterday, let's shout out Gamer Awakens. Yes, indeed, Jarnjorn was the hammer that Ultimate Thor used. You definitely know your stuff, and we'll do another nerd card question at the end of this video. Guys, it's a super light news day today. I was actually sitting waiting for the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer to drop. There were a lot of rumors that it was gonna drop today. Man, I really hope it's like not dropping right now. So the only thing newsworthy that I could think about talking about was this whole thing with these merchandise items. This blew up yesterday and even a little bit this morning. People are just talking about these things and basically telling people that a lot of stuff was confirmed and spoiled for the film in this press release for this merchandise. And the usual list of suspects put out a bunch of, well, just shitty videos about it, trying to explain all of this stuff to you guys. Executive producer Al Schuler brought up one of these videos, and man, it's just case in point with everything we were talking about on the show yesterday. If you didn't see me throw some major shade at YouTube channels, check out the show from yesterday. Seriously, these channels are terrible. I don't understand how they're still getting away with this. It all has to do with the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, it's just crazy to me that this is the state of the internet. So let me tell you a story, Den of Nerds viewers. I got this email yesterday morning as I was doing my research for the day, trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about on the show. I got this email. So I get this email from Merchoid, and it's a press release all talking about this merchandise. And what I thought was really interesting here was, like, I've never actually gotten a press release before for merchandising. I thought it was kind of weird, and I completely discounted it. I mean, first of all, look, I think this merchandise looks dope, but I'm sorry, I'm not just gonna like pimp your merchandise on this channel unless I'm like absolutely in love with it for free. And I kind of got this idea that maybe that's what Merchoid was doing. They're trying to get other channels or people in the media to talk about this stuff. And I was like, it's so weird, press release for merchandise? What's going on here? And that'll come into play later, because I think I know what's going on at the bottom of this. But mostly, guys, I saw the opportunity to do some content based around what was in that press release, and I opted not to do it. I mean, the TLDR of this whole thing is that these quantum suits or these advanced gear suits are confirmed to be in the film, but that's old news. We've literally known about that for months. I mean, despite what the Russo brothers said when asked about that at that press conference, we've seen way too much of these suits to think that they're not in the film. I mean, how is that news? That's not news. I saw all these YouTube channels making all these videos talking about how these little bullet points of, you know, flavor text that's on this is all about spoilers. It brings so much to the table. So let's go through some of that stuff right now and talk about why that's simply not true. I mean, just so everyone is on the same page, Merchoid does a lot of licensed products. That's kind of what they do. They get geeky licenses, make cool products, come up with cool flavor text, and their job is to sell merch, right? So obviously they want to put cool stuff in there to help sell the merch. There's one thing in particular when you look at what was in this description that pretty much discounts all of the stuff that's in the description as being accurate to the film. They use the word microverse here in the description. It says right here, zip it up and you couldn't be more snug if you were in the microverse. I mean, guys, they can't use the microverse. Microverse as a concept is not allowed to be in Marvel movies. That is owned by, I believe it's the Chrononauts, or the Micronauts. It's owned by some other movie / property. That's why the quantum realm is called the quantum realm and not the microverse. Microverse, very well-known pop culture thing though, which is why Merchoid uses it in this description and in this flavor text. The description also talks about fighting in either New York or Wakanda or the depths of space or beyond it. I mean, guys, look, They're just using concepts and following the beat of threads that the fandom has been talking about and putting that in there as a little bit of flavor. And even the background image of this, I mean, it looks kind of Quantum Realm-esque. But guys, what I think is going on here is the people at Merchoid are very smart with their marketing. They knew if they released these items the way they did, it would get major buzz, and it completely worked. Like, everybody's talking about this stuff, and I'm sure they've gotten a lot of sales based on what happened yesterday. Also, this idea that it being called advanced tech or advanced gear and that's revolutionary and that came from this official merchandise is a lie. This was on the back of the toy leak. This was what we referred to it after we saw it on Tony Stark in the toy leak on Monday. So honest to God, guys, nothing is confirmed from this merchandise except for the fact that these suits are going to be in the movie, which we already knew. The idea of people taking this press release, which by the way was a total tactic by Merchoid, like, are you putting this together, guys? They're like, oh man, let's do this press release, put it out to all these websites and all of these YouTubers. I mean, why do you think YouTubers got a press release for merchandise? They knew we would look way too far into it and do all these clickbaity videos and send traffic to their website to pick up this merchandise. And the merchandise is pretty dope. I'm probably gonna pick it up myself. But my point is that Merchoid used the state of the internet and the shitty state of what's going on in the commentary of Marvel and Avengers and probably every fandom out there. But it just highlights everything we talked about yesterday. So I wanted to do this video, sort of rant about it and debunk the fact that people are drawing all of these conclusions from this merchandise. It's crazy, like, hold your horses. And I want to shout out MCU Cosmic, okay? Jeremy Conrad over there at MCU Cosmic. I talk about this guy a lot. That's because I think he does it the right way. Now, what he put out on Twitter was a little bit like mysterious, like, oh, this thing could have all these implications. When you look at the actual article, Jeremy's very careful at explaining that, look, there's no way we can know that this is stuff that's coming from Marvel. It's likely from Merchoid. It is interesting. Let's talk about it. But he didn't report it as it being all of these different things confirmed. He didn't even imply that. And that's what I think you need to do. And that's what I'm trying to get into a better practice of doing over here. And I get the YouTube game. Like, you want the clicks, you want the attention. You know what I mean? Like, I play that game too, but it's just crazy to me what is going on in the state of the internet. So I wanted to talk about this, debunk it, and call out these other channels, even though I'm technically not calling them out by name. You guys know who I'm talking about. It's ridiculous. All right, let's check that nerd card on the way out. I want to know who directed the very first Thor movie. Legendary director, doesn't get enough credit for making that character work in the MCU. Who directed the first Thor movie? Let me know in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.